and gentlemen, here we are for our weekly team meeting. It's April 9th, 2024. My name is Scott Campen, and this is the Lacey Absolute Center. So here's our meeting etiquette. I really appreciate everybody being on time. And if you can, keep your camera on. And when you're not actively speaking, please be on mute so we don't hear a lot of background noise. And if you have a question, raise your hand, and we'll have some open sharing time as well. But remember, if your hair is a mess, go audio only. But if it's beautiful like mine, you can have your camera on so we can see your beautiful face. All right, well, here's our agenda for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to stop and start with our company motto. We start every meeting with the company motto. We're going to watch a very short clip from a video from Royal Master Ju Young Park, or Ju Young Park. I got someone else on my name. Yeah, well, that is Ju Park. Coach Ju, they call him. And then we're going to learn about pipelines. As soon as I click on the button there, and we'll have some open sharing time, and then we'll have some announcements, and we'll end our meeting with our company motto. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our company motto right here. I'd like to have everybody turn on your microphone so we can all do the company motto together. Unmute yourself so we can hear you. That'd be wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Company motto ready?
Yep.
Go.
Cherish the spirit. Create the vision. Follow the faith. Serve with humility.
Wonderful. All right. So if we could go on mute again. Make sure you're muted. And we are going to move on.
How did you become so successful so quickly, right? I started in 2013, February. In 9 months, I became a sales master. And then in a year and a half, I became a member of the Leaders Club, making $100K a year. And then 3.5 years later, when I was 29, I went into the Royal Leaders Club, right? But everybody asks me, how did you become so successful so quickly? Well, this is very simple. I didn't sleep, right? I continue to work and work and work. And that's the beauty of Atomy. It goes at your pace. If you're willing to work 10 hours a day, then Atomy will give you a return of 10 hours a day. If you're willing to work 2 hours a day, Atomy will give you a return of 2 hours a day. But the speed doesn't matter. Why? Because there is an income ceiling. Yeah, you can get there faster, but it doesn't really matter. Why? Because everybody's going to end up in the same place. So it's about consistency, right? It's about consistency. So a lot of people say, I don't have that passion like you have, you know. I don't have that drive like you have. How can I become successful? And I tell them it's about consistency. If you don't have passion, then you need at least consistency. So I tell my partners, you have 10 days. Every 10 days, find one consumer. Is that doable, yes or no? Yes. That's very simple. You can't tell me you can't find a person who needs a toothbrush. You're telling me you can't find somebody who needs to what? Wash their hair? Who needs to brush their teeth? Of course you can. And how many days do you have? You have 10 days, right? So I said start a 36-month program, right? You have 36 months to create one consumer every 10 days. And once that consumer has been made, now step 2 is to turn that consumer in the next 3 months into a auto consumer, right? Somebody who sees the value in the products, sees that this is absolute price and quality, and sees that they will continue to use this and learning how to make those online purchases online, okay? Now you have 3 months. So in 3 months' time, what do you think will happen? That individual, as they see the value, they will start sharing with other individuals around them. And then that's what you call duplication. So does this sound difficult? It's so easy. But why is it so difficult? Because we are so concerned about what people think about us. Is that true or no? Yeah, you guys are, we are all so worried about what is she going to think about me if I say, wow, you should try this. Like, why? Because it's good. Why? Why are you coming to me to sell me something? But you can be real with them and say, listen, I don't make a dime off of you buying this product. Everybody buys this product at the same price. So if you benefit by using this product as a member, you tell me why you don't want to use it then. Can they give you a good reason? Yes or no? No. They cannot give you a good reason why they don't want to use it. It's just blatantly, I just don't want to use it, right? But you can explain to them why it is something that you're doing and how they can benefit from it. And it becomes a win-win situation. And that's what you do. 10 days, one person, duplicate them, and continue the process consistently for 36 months. If you do that, then you become what? A sales master. You create passive income of $2,000 a month.
Okay, so that was Ju Young Park teaching us a little bit about how we can become a sales master and earn passive income. So what are some things that we learned from Ju Young Park? One, it's about consistency. Be consistent with your message, your actions, and your words. You don't have to know everything about all of the products. You don't have to know everything about the compensation plan or the company. You just need to be consistent. And one of the very first things that we need to be consistent with is our own consumption, being our own best consumer, right? Being a loyal consumer. Start with you. Don't worry about the business. Don't worry about, trying to get people to do the business. Just focus on your consistency. Focus on trying the new products. And you don't have to buy all the products either. Start with one or two: shampoo, laundry detergent, toothpaste. Just start with the basic household products. And then every month, try a new product and continue to be consistent with your consumption of Atomy products. And then remember, when you're talking to your friends and family, just be consistent with your message, right? Be honest and fair and consistent. And then he didn't talk about this specifically, but we need to build good daily habits. Now in Atomy, we have a thing called the 8 core daily habits. Now, what are they? Well, the very first one is to read each day. Read something motivational, something that's going to just stick with you throughout the day to keep you motivated. It doesn't have to be anything long. It could be a simple quote or a chapter out of a motivational book, but just read something. If you don't know how to do something, then find a book and read that. At the beginning of this meeting, both Emily and I, we were showing that we have this book, The Noni Phenomenon. We're reading this book together, right? She's reading it, I'm reading it, learning about Noni. And you know what this is going to do? This is going to help me explain to other people what the Atomy Noni product is. So very simple, just read a book. The next thing is to watch an Atomy video or a motivational video each day. Now, you can find on channel Atomy, we have a lot of videos out there from many members and leaders within the company. YouTube also has a lot of videos that are motivational. Join the Atomy America's video or a YouTube channel and get the daily updates there as well. And then, you know, subscribe to some motivational speakers like Eric Warhe, Jim Rohn. That Jim Rohn's a great one. On YouTube, tons of information there on how you can become a better person, how you can become more skilled, how you can become a world-class network marketer. And then attend the Atomy meetings every week, whether it's this meeting or Royal Master Daniel Lim's meeting, or a one-day seminar in your area, or maybe a success seminar. We televise those on Zoom as well if you're not able to physically go to the seminar. But just get plugged into attending the meetings. And then the key thing to your success is to use the products. Become a loyal consumer. And then STP, that means share the plan. It means to tell other people about the Atomy plan. And, you know, if you don't know how to explain the Atomy plan in detail, it's okay, because there are a lot of videos out there that other people have done that explain the plan. So the key thing is you don't need to know all the information. Just know where to go and get the information in order to share it with other people, right? To send them the link to a YouTube video that'll teach them about the company or the compensation plan. The next thing is to talk to consumers, right? We need consumers in your downline in order to be successful, and make sure that you follow up with your teams, right? And make sure that you're communicating. If you can't do it daily, at least weekly with your team members. And when you're going to be going to a meeting, make sure that you invite your teams to a meeting. And then follow up with your sponsors. You know, Atomy is here to help, and your sponsors are here to help. So make sure that you're asking questions on a daily basis. Make sure that you're communicating with your upline sponsors. And, you know, the thing is with our upline sponsors, a lot of times we have this perception that they're untouchable, right? Or that they're too successful to talk to me. But do you know what? All of those successful upline members, the people that have reached masterships above us, they were once just starting out with their free account. They didn't have residual income, but now they do. And you know, the more you ask questions, the more you'll find out that people are willing to bend over backwards to help you. So push your leaders, push your sponsors to help you figure things out, how to sign up new members, how to shop, how to get your first commission, how to reach your first mastership. Don't ever be afraid to reach out to any of your leaders. And then number 8, this to me is really important, because I think a lot of people think that network marketing is about selling products, that it's about knocking on doors and trying to get people to buy our products. But you know what? The truth is, it's about building relationships with people, true, honest friendships with people, and helping people succeed, helping people overcome their challenges or their fears of talking to people, or their anxieties about how to do the business. It's about building relationships with people and building trust and honesty and integrity, right? And that right there is what network marketing is about. And oh, by the way, we have some products as well. right? But first and foremost, it's about building lasting friendships with people all around the world. Doesn't have to be just the people in your local area, because we are a global business. We're in 57 countries, and you can have members all over the world. I have members all over the world, and they become dear friends of mine. We might not see each other every day, but we can work together every day through the tools that we have available. Instant Messenger, YouTube, Facebook, Zoom meetings. We build relationships and we help support each other. The other thing that he mentioned was that speed doesn't matter, because there's an income ceiling cap. There is an income ceiling cap of $100,000 per month that you and I can earn. And it doesn't matter how fast we go there. There's a lot of people in this company that it seems from our side of the fence that they've just gone really quickly. And then there are others that just methodically plug along because they're consistent. Keyword there, remember consistency. So it doesn't matter how fast or slow you go. We all have the same equal opportunity to reach the same amount, $100,000 per month. And if we work together as a team, we'll all succeed together as a team, and we'll help each other rise up to the next level until we all are at the top together. And then he said this. I thought this was pretty interesting. Every 10 days, find one consumer. Everyone brushes their teeth or washes their hair. Well, maybe some of you wash your hair. I don't have much hair, but I brush my teeth, so I'm a consumer. You know, the consumers that we have don't have to spend hundreds of dollars every month. They could simply buy toothpaste. I've got one consumer, all they do is buy coffee from us, but I'm thankful for them because they are consistent. And then he said, start a 36-month program to find consumers. Every 3 months, turn your consumers into auto consumers and then duplicate to help your auto consumers learn how to do the business. So that's one person every 10 days. And if you do that, you will sign up 3 consumers every month. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but eventually it's going to snowball, because as you teach those members to sign up members, next thing you know, there are many people signing up below you that you don't even know. Where did they come from? How did they get there? Who signed them up? And then you make 3 consumers every month. That's 36 new consumers every year, just from you. Now remember, again, it has a compounding effect. Eventually, the people in your downline will sign up their friends and their family once they see the value of the products and the value of Atomy. Then they'll want to tell their friends and families about the products and about Atomy. And next thing you know, they sign up and you don't, where did they come from? And then 36-month goal would be 108 new consumers in your downline. Now that's after 3 years. That's 36 months, is 3 years. But this was Ju Young Park just sharing to us a very simple, consistent, methodic plan. Okay, so this is really simple for a lot of people. And then turn those consumers into auto consumers. to teach them how to log into the website and purchase their own products. We call those people auto consumers because without me telling them, they automatically log into the website and automatically buy their own products. I don't have to set an alarm or schedule a meeting with them to remind them to buy their products. They just do it because they run out of the products that they have, and it's like time to buy, and they know how to do it. So it's very important to teach people how to do things. And once we do that, then they'll do it on their own. And then they'll teach other people as well. And then that turns into duplication. We don't talk enough about duplication. We need to talk about duplication because unless you are duplicating, you're going to keep being the one doing all the work all the time. So eventually you're going to get spread thin. You're not going to have enough time in the day to place everyone's orders or to sign up members for your downline members. You need to teach people how to do these things and work with them. Teach them how to sign up members. Teach them how to shop using the website or the mobile app. Teach them how to use the center order website here in America. We need to teach them how. Teach them how to sign up a global member in a country that's in pre-launch right now. Every country is a little different. And so we need to work with our partners and duplicate that. Now, the end goal of all of that is to create passive income, right? Wouldn't you agree? We all want passive income. We all want to have that residual income coming in. But what does that mean? A pipeline business. What does passive income is a pipeline business? What does that mean? Well, I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm going to share a story of two men. I'd like to introduce you to Pablo and Bruno. Now, they were both hired to carry water from the river to their own towns. Now, Pablo, he was strong and handsome, like me. And Bruno was weak and not as handsome, like Star Master Peter Park. I'm just teasing with you, my friend. But there they were, two men, and they were each hired by their own towns to carry water from the river to their towns. Now, Pablo carried the water with ease, while Bruno struggled. You know, Pablo was strong. He could carry the water. He was handsome. And then Bruno, he struggled because he couldn't lift as much, and he would drop a lot of water, and the townsfolk hated him because he wasn't working fast enough. He wasn't bringing in enough water fast enough. Pablo, he enjoyed his life to the fullest. He had plenty of money. He had plenty of time. He had beautiful women, lots of fancy things in life. However, Bruno had an idea to make things easier for himself. He would construct a pipeline to carry water from the river to the village. Now, the townsfolk laughed at Bruno because they thought he was crazy, spending all of his time building this pipeline. They didn't understand it. They didn't see his vision. They laughed at him. They didn't think it was going to work. But then, over time, Pablo's body started to ache, and he could not carry the water anymore. His knees were hurting. His back was hurting. He couldn't do the physical labor anymore. things were getting hard for him. While Bruno's pipeline started carrying water to the village. Water started flowing into the village. But one day, Bruno paid a visit to Pablo, and he shared with him his proven pipeline plan for building residual income. It's kind of like us when we go tell people about Atomy. We're telling them about the pipeline business that we are building. Pablo was very happy to hear the news because now he had hope for a better future. All he would need to do is start building his own pipeline so that water could flow in to his village. I have a question for you, my friends. Are you a bucket carrier or a pipeline builder? Do you want to keep carrying water, doing that physical labor all the time? Or do you want to work in your spare time to build a pipeline that will flow water into your village? So that, my friends, is the story of our pipeline. And I hope the idea, the concept really resonates with all of us. We're all here working hard all the time, right? And you know, from the time we can work, we start a job and we'll work 40, 50 years of our life for residual income. And we call it Social Security. You know, 65, 67, maybe 70 years old, you can retire and you get that residual income of Social Security. But you know what? Social Security here in America is not enough to survive anymore. It used to be, but not anymore. The cost of housing has increased, food has increased, everything has increased, right? And so we find out when we retire that residual income of Social Security that we work so hard for and we deserve to receive it, it doesn't pay the bills anymore. And so here we'll spend 40, 50 years of our lives working for Social Security. Well, why not spend 36 months, as Ju Young Park shared with us, to build a pipeline of residual income, right? Start building, just spend a few years working hard. It's not going to be easy. For some people, it's really hard to talk to others. For some people, it's really hard to explain things, right? Might feel intimidated. You know, some people are introverts, some people are extroverts, right? You know the difference between those two, right? And so that's why it's important for us to have consistency and working together with our members, our partners, and our sponsors. And together we will all succeed. So that's my lesson. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? Any comments? No? Everybody's so quiet? Okay. Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you, did you use any new products this week? Anybody want to share any products? There we go. Mitch raised his hand.
I actually just started doing the red Korean ginseng this morning. Yeah. I actually kind of prefer the taste.
Of the red ginseng?
Yeah, just as like a hot tea. I think that might become one of my more new favorite ones. We mix that up with the hemohem, see how that works together. Let her do the noni.
I like noni.
Noni is great. I love noni.
The red Korean's better. That's actually what I was drinking.
The red ginseng is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to share? No. Well, I'll share something with you. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. Not going to go into too much detail about it, but I will share with you this last week, my wife and I, let's see, what last Monday, I think it was Monday of last week, I started doing a thing called the Atomy detox, and we have a detox plan here. And so my wife makes me these little lunch bags. See, this one says lunch on it, and it has all the things that I get to eat for lunch right there. Plus, it has I get oatmeal and hemohim and a cup of coffee with it. So I get to eat a little solid food. And then this is dinner. It's the same thing. But the Atomy detox plan is really good for cleaning out our system of toxins, right? And one of the side benefits of it is you get to lose some weight. And so far in the last week, I've lost 10 pounds. So that's a plus. My suit feels a little bit looser now, which is great. And but it was developed by a doctor in Atomy, and I believe he's a member under Royal Master Jennifer Lim, or he knows Royal Master Jennifer Lim. And he developed this detox plan based on Atomy products. And then Royal Master Jennifer Lim over the last 2 years has been teaching people about this and how to do it. And so I don't know, maybe in the future here, she'll do another one where she'll do a team detox, and it's organized. She has daily meetings with people, and it goes for 2 weeks. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Hetty, my wife, wherever she's at, maybe tomorrow I get to start eating solid foods again. Yay! Burger King coming my way. Yes.
No, not yet. Just a salad.
Oh yeah, well
Light salad.
that's salad. The salad, that's what I mean. It's solid. That's
Yeah.
solid. So I'm happy with that again.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm
This,
wondering what products are in the detox.
What's that?
What products are all in your detox?
Okay, let me do that. I'll go over the lunch product. It's pretty much all the same.
Mhm.
I will tell you here. I'll show you what I've got. I'll empty it out here. All right. So you get for lunch, you get 2 hemohim. You take milk thistle to help with the liver, right? We've got to clean out our liver, and that's really where we're going to get a lot of the detoxing from, is through our liver. And then the spirulina is another one. So she puts them in these cute little bags for me that are really hard for me to get open, but I do my best. But the spirulina, really good. And then the vitamin C, to take a vitamin C, because the human body doesn't develop its own vitamin C. We don't synthesize our own vitamin C. So it's very important that we take or consume vitamin C from either the foods that we're eating and also supplements if we're not eating a proper diet, right? So vitamin C. The Atomy Finezyme is another one of the products. And then there is the probiotics, the Atomy probiotics. And then for a little dessert, I get 1 apple phenol jelly stick. So, and then as I mentioned, you get like a cup of oatmeal. I can have that. Plus then I get to have some coffee, but this is the key thing to it. Plenty of water, lots of water, right? We want to stay hydrated. Got to be drinking a lot of water. Yeah, it's very important. So I do this for once in a while when my suits start feeling tight, little snug. It's like I do this. Okay, it's time to do the detox challenge, and my wife puts it together in these little bags for me, and then she monitors to make sure I don't cheat. She's always spying on me. All right. So, well, I see, we have a number of people here. I want to share. I see that Philomena joined us from India. There we go. And Joel, hi, Joel. There he is, joined us.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
And there's
I
Philomena.
just, I just woke up.
You just woke up. Yeah, you know why? Because 6.5 hours ago, I told you to go to bed because we were sitting there chatting, weren't we? I was like,
And
hey,
yes,
we got a meeting in 6.5 hours. You better go to sleep.
yeah. And one person asking me, tell me about your product and all that. So I sent, sir said me, please go to sleep. I said, no, sir. First I sent to him all products, then I will go to bed. So it was last night was very nice meeting with us.
Good, good. And and
Yeah.
that you're gonna find that, one of the things you'll find is over time, as you're talking to people about Atomy, and you find people that are interested, you get more excited to talk to people about Atomy.
Yes.
You want to just keep talking to people that around the world, and you'll find that you'll just stay up all night. You'll wake up in the middle of the night and look, and you'll see your phone, start talking to people about Atomy.
Yes, sir.
It-
Just
it
a minute, sir.
It gets addicting. Mhm. Yeah. And the one thing I recommend, though, even though this is a global company, I
Yeah.
recommend, even though it's a global company and you can have members in all around the world, try to stay in your relative time zone. Okay.
Yes.
So, because it makes
Just
it
a minute, sir. I'm back coming.
okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep talking. I'm talking to everybody here. So, you know, try to stay within your time zone, because when your members and your partners need help, you are probably then on their same time zone, right? But if you have members all around the world, when it's 9, 10 o'clock for you, it might be morning for them, and they're needing help, and so next thing you know, you're staying up past midnight, or you're having to get up early, right? And it's okay to do that if you can, but I truly recommend try to stay within your time zone, within 2 or 3 hours of your time zone. So like here in the United States, we have 3 time zones: the Eastern time zone, Central, and then Pacific, right? And so it's not bad if you have members that are on the East Coast or on the West Coast. You're probably, chances are you're awake at the same time, right? So yeah. But when you have, like, I've got members now in India and Bangladesh and the Philippines, and now in Nigeria, Kenya, Africa, South Africa, the different African continents. I'm working with someone now in the Netherlands who's going to be signing up here in a few weeks, and she's waiting to get her ID card from the government. So as soon as that comes in, then she'll be signing up. But you know what that means is I've got to really think about, when do we have a meeting? Or when can I have a meeting? I'm not going to be able to get everybody on the same time. So we, as a business owner, as you start growing your teams, you might need to have multiple meetings throughout the week, one in the morning of your time and one in the evening. So then that way you can have meetings with your teams around the world. Right? Now you see here on this meeting, we have about 10 people. However, we go to Daniel and Jennifer's meeting. Now, they're not going to have one this Thursday. That's one of the announcements. But they have members all over the world. And so I have a meeting on Sunday morning at 8 in the morning my time because of my India team. I want to meet with them when it's convenient for them, not when it's convenient for me, but when it's convenient for members. So as a business owner and you start reaching out to people and you're starting to tell people around, in different countries, just keep that in mind, that when you sign someone up, you become their sponsor. And therefore, you need to be willing to support them. You need to be willing to help them. And, they might hit you up at all different times of the day. So it's okay, though. Yeah. All right. So does anybody else like to share anything that they've done this week, or any products that they might have used or anything? Everybody's shy.
So
Thank-
I wanted
you,
to
Emily.
share. So
Thank you,
I
Emily.
not only have the Noni book, but I also got this book in. I don't know if anybody has heard of it before, but the author is Rachel Hollis, and it's called Girl Stop Apologizing. I have seen it for sale in other languages too, if needed, but it's a really good book about kind of breaking out of your comfort zone and setting goals and getting in the mindset to achieve your goals. So it is really motivational to gain confidence. So that's another one of my summer reading beach read books that I got over the weekend. So I would highly recommend it. I got this one off of Amazon, but you could even find it probably at your local library too if needed.
Wonderful. And one of the other resources is also going to your local Goodwill or Value Village or secondhand store. A lot of them have bookshelves, book areas, and they have them categorized. I find motivational books and books about business and different things like that. They're like $1.99, $2, $3 for a book, right? So you don't have to go and spend a lot of money to buy books, but there's a lot of resources out there as well. Yeah. All right. Well, my friends, with that, I think I'm not gonna force anybody who doesn't want to talk. I won't make people talk here. I see people smiling at me thinking, oh, I hope he doesn't call my name. Roxanne. Oh, Kat. Kat would like to say something. Thank you, Kat.
Thank you. My health care provider highly recommend for me omega-3 fatty acid. Our Atomy omega-3.
The omega-3, yeah.
Yes, it's absolutely great products and highly recommend.
Yeah. Yeah, so one of the things with the omega-3, this is the Alaska omega-3. Now, this is discontinued, this product, because Atomy came out with a new product, and that is the RTG3, the RTG Omega. Now,
Yes.
what's different about that is the outer, I don't know if I have my example. Maybe I do. Let me check. Oh, I do. Okay. Let me show you this about the Omega. Okay, I want to show you. When you go to your local store, whether it's like Costco or Sam's Club or, maybe some other local pharmaceutical, and you buy a fish oil, they're generally about this big. Do you see that? Very hard to swallow.
Yeah.
The Atomy Alaska omega-3 was this one here. Do you see the difference in the size?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But now this is the non-Atomy brand, and then this was the omega-3. But then Atomy came out with the RTG. Now, I don't know if you can really see the contrast here. You know, put my forehead. There you go. Up against my
Yeah.
forehead. You see, this was the omega-3, and this one's kind of got a yellowish tint to it, whereas this one's kind of a clearer one. The one of the other changes here is that this fish oil, this omega-3, the outer capsule was made out of gelatin, okay? And gelatin is made out of animal byproducts, all the fat and the cartilage and everything, a lot of that waste, they render it and turn it into gelatin. And so recently, like about maybe 6-7 months ago, the United States government changed their policy on the gelatin capsules and said any products from any company that comes into the United States that's made out of gelatin has to prove where did the animal byproducts come from, where were the animals raised, and there was a lot of documentation on that. So Atomy then worked with Colmar and came up with this RTG, and it is now plant-based. The outer capsule is made out of plants. It's not made out of gelatin anymore. And so this product is much healthier for us in a lot of ways than the other version. But the other thing too, it's still easier to swallow than the one that we get at the store, right? And so very healthy. And thank you for bringing that product up, Kat, because it's very important. A lot of people need to take fish oil. We need to take this, right? So these are my samples here this is my little sample container. And that's one thing, build up your sample base. So then that way you can show people the difference between a non-Atomy brand product versus another product, right? So that's why I keep them right here at my desk so I can show people that really quickly, the difference, because I've had a number of people come here and they've switched to the Atomy brand because they're easier to swallow and they're more beneficial. What's the other positive benefit about buying an Atomy product? Anybody know?
You get points.
PV. It's all
Yeah.
about PV. It's all about point value, right? Exactly. And when we go to our local store and we buy products, we give them money, they give us a product, we go home and we consume. But that's the end of the transaction, right? And so with Atomy, we give them money, they give us a product, we go home, we consume, and we earn point value. We earn the PV. And success in PV, or success in Atomy, is all about the PV, right? It's all about those point values, earning those, building them up. So very good. Good comment there. Good question. Rox, did you have another question?
Are you ready for me to share?
I'm ready for you to share. Move closer to
Okay.
the screen so we can see you.
Well, it's not me you want to see. So I got to turn on the light. So we're going to talk about the Atomy. You're going to be blinded here. Dish soap tonight.
Oh, the
There we
Atomy
go.
dish
The
soap.
dishwashing liquid. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Okay. So I like my Dawn Ultra. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So when I bought this, I poured it into my jar, and as you can see, it mixed. See if I can put it behind a white.
Yeah.
But do you
Oh,
see
yeah.
how the bottom of my jar is clear with the Atomy and the top is blue? I can mix it. And yet it's still blue and clear. And so if you look on the back of your Dawn dish soap, it will tell you all of the chemicals that it uses and the coloring. Okay. The very last thing that they use in Dawn dish soap is water. Okay. You go to your Atomy dish soap and you look, the very first thing they use is water. So why do you think that Dawn is heavier or Dawn is lighter than Atomy? And it is because the Atomy does not have all the chemicals that make it as lighter than Dawn. So
Wow. Very good.
I can practice, I can show you how it does it too, if you want.
Yes, let's see it.
When I add it, okay. I'll have to give you to my light though. So in my jar. I don't know if this will be big enough. Let's go.
Hmm.
So you see my jar? Yeah. So this is about how much soap I had, blue soap I had in my jar. That much, you see? Now we'll add the Atomy, which smells kind of citrusy. And then I'm just gonna add it to my jar. It's gonna mix for a while, but as it sits, the Dawn will go to the top. You can already see that it's lightening up at the bottom and getting darker at the top. The Dawn will go all the way up to the top, and then it will be clear on the bottom. Make sense? If we sit and watch it, you can see how the Dawn's kind of hanging out, lifting up on it. You see how it's lifting?
Mhm. Yeah, we can see that.
So if it sits like that for a while, I don't know if you can see, like put the light behind it. You don't need me. If you see through it, you can see how it's starting to separate where the Dawn is coming toward the top and the Atomy is going to the bottom. So I don't know. That's what I noticed when I added it to my dish soap jar. So
Wonderful.
the longer it sits, the
Mhm.
more concentrated it's going to be. So
Well,
it'll
that's a
eventually
great
be.
observation, Rox, that about all of the different chemicals and things. Now, I'm not gonna knock Dawn. Dawn soap is very powerful. It's got some good uses, right? So it really cuts through grease and everything.
Mhm.
But do we need all the chemicals in it? Right? Do we need all of that in the products that we use? So that's a great observation on the difference between the ingredients of Dawn or and not only Dawn but other dish soaps that we might use and comparing to Atomy. So because I know Emily, you use Dawn, right?
Yeah, I use Dawn for everything prior to Atomy. And now the only thing we use Dawn for is we'll keep a small bottle of it on hand because we have 2 dogs now, and Dawn is really good for washing them, like for fleas and everything. But actually one of a family member shared a thing on Facebook this morning that I saw, and she's like, I didn't know about this. And it listed like 20 things that Dawn can be used for all around the house and everything. And I was looking through that list and it's like, besides washing for pet use, I've used Atomy for pretty much every single one of those things, minus using it for laundry, because we use Atomy for laundry. But one thing that like Roxanne noticed or mentioned with the water is you can just tell like the Dawn is much more watery than the Atomy. And that's one thing we love about Atomy products is they're all really concentrated. So you don't need a lot to wash your body or to wash your face or your hair. Because once it's like mixed with water, it just lathers up really well. And so one thing that we use the dish soap for, not only washing like fruits and vegetables that we can do with Atomy, but you can't do that with Dawn. I wouldn't recommend it. But we put maybe a teaspoon of Atomy dish soap in a big spray bottle, and then we just add warm water to it, and we use that as like a multi-surface cleaner for our countertops, our stove, microwave, and everything. So you can use it for a lot of different things. I mean, it's one of the first products that we switched to, and immediately I'm like, okay, not a Dawn or anymore. I'm Atomy.
All right. Well, wonderful. That's wonderful. Great examples of how we're using the products, right? And how they've changed our lives in a lot of different ways. So thank you for that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the top of the hour. I'm going to share my screen once again here. And we're going to have our announcements, and then we will close with our company motto. So here is our Lacey Absolute Center meeting. Remember, it is every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. In India, that would mean it's every Wednesday morning at 6:30 a.m. and in Bangladesh, 7 a.m. Bangladesh time. Now, I only add those two on there because I have a lot of members in those time zones, but we do have our own separate India meeting on Sundays and Bangladesh meetings on Tuesdays. So I just make it available for people to come. So please invite your friends and family to our weekly Zoom meeting, and you know, come prepared to share something about the products that you might have used in the last week. And then Daniel and Jennifer Lim's meeting, which is normally on Thursdays, this week has been canceled because they're having a one-day seminar in their hometown. So their meeting will be once again next Thursday. We'll see them next Thursday. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we will do our company motto and call it a day. And so if I could have everybody unmute themselves, get ready to do the company motto. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. I really appreciate that. Appreciate your time. Thank you for taking the time. And I hope that all of you have a wonderful day. With that, company motto ready?
Yep.
Go. Cherish the
Cherish the spirit, create the vision, follow the faith, serving humility. Agile.
Not in it.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming to the meeting. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And we'll see you next week.
Hi, Philomena.
Hi.
Bye.
Bye.
Kat. Bye, Joel. Bye, Philomena. Bye,
Bye.
Sandy. We know you're listening.
Bye.
Thank you,
Lisa.
Master Peter Park, for joining us this week.
Okay.
Hello, Roxanne.
Bye-bye. We'll
Hi,
see you.
Philomena.
Bye. Mhm.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi.
I'm not